everybody. I know it's been quite a while since I've uploaded, but I've already been able to finish school. I've already graduated from high school now, so I now have a lot more time to be able to dedicate to making videos. And one thing that I've noticed while I wasn't making videos was that my belt review videos honestly do really good. And part of them doing good is finally hitting 100 subscribers. So I hit that a while ago. Here's the date right here, roughly, because I noticed that in the morning, so I don't know if it happened the day before or the day of. So either way, at least the day I found out. But thank you to everybody who's watched my videos and subscribed and got me to here. So figured what's better to do than continuing on doing what seems to be working on my channel. So as teased in my last belt review video, my next belt is not a WWE shop championship. It's one for AEW that I got off of the website MOC Belts, which came from Pakistan. Since ordering it, it got here in like 6 months. Sorry, cat's coming here. Wasn't sure if he's gonna jump up. Yeah, it took about 6 months for it to get here. It was $400, I think. I was able to get on sale, luckily. But yeah, you could just hand the belt over here. Gonna make your appearance. And straight from MOC Belts, this is their standard title. The right here. Going to zoom in there. Okay, so first I want to get into a bit of my experience with this company. I originally placed it. I want to say, I don't remember the month, but it was right when Shop AEW announced the official AEW replica belt, which was going for $700 at that point. Which I just started a full-time internship, so I didn't get my check yet, so I didn't have enough to place the order within the 1 week pre-order frame, 2 weeks. So I started looking around for bootlegs. Kind of wish I just asked around for some extra cash, but I ended up finding MOC Belts because I remember this video by WWE Fan Talk Show, who has like great videos on championship belts. Has quite a few videos on theirs. But I remember specifically that he did get this belt specifically and had a video on it. And it was pretty damn good. So I figured this was probably the best next thing, because other bootlegs either had like really weird strap cuts, the plates were too wide, too short. So these were probably the best things I could get at that time. Except right when I placed the order, I knew the quality of the belt I was going to get. I just didn't know the quality of customer service until literally right after I placed my belts, and then I saw all of the complaints from this company. So definitely order with your own risk. Since ordering it, it took about 6 months for it to get in. Within 4 of those months, they kind of said that my belt was just about ready. So definitely be wary. There have been many reports of them just taking your money and like holding on to it for a year, even damn near 2 years before anybody got their belt. So I was one of the lucky few that only got it in 6 months. Communication was all right. I've had some people say that the Fahad, I believe his name is pronounced. I might be mispronouncing it, but I'll just say the MLC Belts kind of ghosted them and just didn't respond. Luckily, I had some solid communication. But yeah, I was able to have some okay communication. I'm just gonna move the belt over here, and then we can get some better shots of it while I tell this, because since it's not WWE shop, I really feel like it's important to talk about this company. I would definitely recommend, if you plan on buying from them, buy with your own risk. There's a high chance that, again, you could be waiting for like 2 years for your championship. Again, you could just get ghosted after spending like $500. Yeah, there's a lot you can just find about this company. Some good, decent amount of bad, but my experience was okay. I did have some times where communicating was not its best, where it was just like very bland answers, constantly being told the belt was basically done, but then still waiting 4 months for it to get in. But this belt is practically in the same quality and condition that it was whenever I first got it. So let's talk about that real quick. Go ahead and moving the camera in. Okay, that's all right. One thing I will say about this belt, make sure you get nice and close up, is that talk about some accuracies. Is that first off, this leather strap I really like. The plates are nice, thick. Like usually in the WWE shop, plates they're like hollowed, but if you can sort of see here, it's just all the way through. They are pretty stacked. If you can see from like there, you can see this layer, nameplate, that layer. They do have another TV accurate model, which is a lot more stacked, but some accuracies with here. This is more of the original belt design. This has already had a few designs. This is mainly like whenever Bret Hart first showed it, Chris Jericho wanted, to where the background has a lot more silver than it does right now. It has a lot. Right now the belt, all right here, you can like zoom in, like all these tooling has a lot more gold present currently now. But back then it was silver, so this is accurate to the time. But yeah, whenever the title was first revealed, these were accurate. There were no jewels at the top or bottom of this area, and they were just like these gold parts, so that is accurate again. Currently now, there are jewels there, so again, the title has changed, but another big part that's been on the belt since it was debuted that is not present here is the strap. Mainly the strap shape. As you can see here, it's like a lot of the current day belts where it's just straight. Meanwhile, since how it currently is, and since the belt was first shown off by Bret Hart at Double or Nothing, it's always had a bit of a triangular cut to it, to where it would be thicker over here and then get thinner. So that is an inaccuracy with this belt. I know there are different versions of this belt manufactured, to where at first it didn't have this many AEW logos stamped across the strap. I don't recall how accurate that is, so I'm not going to call that out quite just yet. And the main other inaccuracies are with the fonts, which I don't really care that much about. And I want to say there should be some black paint in here, but because even on their website they do show black paint, but it's just not present on my title at all. Another thing not present on my title is, if you'll get here on the side plates, there should be jewels all over here. And again, this is exactly how it was when I first got it, but there are just no jewels included whatsoever throughout the insides of the side plates. And on the main plate, there was just one jewel missing, which was right... Where was it? You might have spotted it already while painting through. It's around here somewhere. Either way, there's just a jewel missing around the outline. And oh wait, never. That jewel missing there. I could have sworn there was one on the outline too, but I think I just replaced that one. And there were also just jewels like on the metal, completely out of the socket, which I just put back into place, which is kind of weird to see. We flip the back. You can see that the back is covered with something that the WWE official championships are sort of implementing now. There's no back patch because this is bootleg, not an official replica, but the official replica strap is a lot more stiff than this. This is very floppy and it does have the patch. And the screws are not covered. Now flipping it back over. The jewels on this are actually pretty decent within the lights. Natural light and just flashlights, you can get some good sparkling on here, and the overall just finish of the build itself. So not 100% accurate or just 100% in quality. Because even, again, this is basically how I got it. This side. This was just peeling off straight out of the box. Some of the snaps, as you may, if you saw my past video on the Spinner Championship, I did appreciate the snap box closing together. And I said in the next video to find out why. And it's because, due to this being handmade and not factory pressed, there's some of these snaps that just don't line up and cannot snap closed. And there was one, I don't remember which one, but one of these was just hammered too rough to where it's just smushed in here, and due to that, it can't clasp. It does clasp together nicely though, but again, there's some that just don't line up, and that one that's just destroyed. But given how there's a chance I could have just not gotten this belt at all, and it's still great. I still love this belt, don't get me wrong. I'm still very much happy with this. Again, considering like how bad others I've seen have looked, to where they're just like half the size of this, just about. I'm so very happy with this. Do you have Chris Jericho's nameplate? The company did say that they offered custom nameplates, and I did try to ask to get mine, but after not getting confirmation of my nameplate, I just said, you know what, just give me a Chris Jericho, and that's what I got there. Oh yeah. Another thing with this, due to these plates being filled and stacked, this thing is heavy. It's about 9 to 10 pounds. Meanwhile, their TV accurate that I mentioned a bit earlier, which is way more stacked, is about 15 pounds. Which, I saw someone who owned that belt go to a meet and greet with Hangman Adam Page while he was world champion. Showed him his belt, and even Adam Page said the real championship is not even that heavy. So, yeah. Oh yeah, another thing that I've sort of noticed over time with this belt, if you can get in here, is that the strap is it's probably like too small for these plates, because you can see that the clamshell tooling is just hidden by the plates here. You can see them going around here, but then just being completely covered up by the plates themselves. So yeah, the strap could have probably been cut a bit wider around the plates. Or anything, but that doesn't really bother me that much. Again, I am into belt collecting, but I'm not going to be like super respectful, need everything to be dotted and lined. So I'm just happy to have the AEW World Championship. I do still plan on hopefully getting one day the official replica, but as for now, this one very much does the job. I've taken this to one AEW event so far, and everybody that saw it loved it. They didn't need to spot out any inaccuracies. And it's just still a great belt to have. I still love this belt, one of my favorites in my collection. And again, if you do plan on buying MOC belts, they do have good quality belts. It can vary because they are handcrafted rather than being factory made like the WWE Championship. So there's going to be some variations, unfortunately, with that. But again, I very much recommend that you order at your own risk, because there's still the chance that you don't get it like at all. You could always ask for a refund. Sometimes I have heard that MOC Belts falls through with refunds. Sometimes they just say no, and you just got to wait and hope you get your belt. But still though, I'm very much happy with this belt. If I hadn't seen any other things about MOC belts, based off my own experience with my own belts and my own interactions, I would probably recommend it. And one thing I also forgot to mention is just the curve of the plate, which you can kind of see here, as my hand could just go underneath easily. The curve of the main plate, which I like. I like some curvy plates. Alright, I'm going to be wrapping up the video real quick, but before then, the cameraman just recommended me getting some shots with like some flash going on to truly try to capture some of the beauty that this belt has. So let's roll into that. And just gonna wrap up the video real quick. Literally while filming, the little jewel fell off, but I'll just put that back on. And real quick, I was gonna do some shots with it. Okay, another jewel just fell off. Damn. That might have been from putting it just down on the table. Here's it over the shoulder. See how that sits? And again, I just really have to say just how floppy this leather is. It just goes down even this way. I'm not sure if it is 100% genuine leather, but I believe that's what it says on the website. I'm not a leather expert, so I'm not going to confirm or deny. There on the other shoulder. It is a beefy belt. And I'm not going to fully snap it, but just sort of show you around the waist. Alright. Again, just have to thank MOC Belts for actually coming through with a good belt. I'm not going to say great, but definitely a good belt. Yeah, definitely one of my highlights in my collection, for me at least. And, like the last video, I'll give you a bit of a preview for the next belt review. I already had this belt since January, a bit of like early January. And the next belt, we'll be going back to WWE shop with the Undisputed Championship. And real quick, just quick plug, follow this Instagram page, which is for my channel, Wish I Run, which I do plan on being more active on. I do get pro wrestling crates and all elite crates, so I plan on Instagram living, opening those up, figure reviews, probably get back to some figure photography and just being able to engage with y'all more over on that page right here. It will also be in the link in the description. Yeah, this will also be in the link in the description, and be on the lookout for the next video.